Okay, we are live on YouTube, and 5 minutes past. We are yet to be live on radio.
Hello.
Yes, we
Good,
can hear you now.
good,
Great.
good, good,
Great.
good, good,
Can you hear us?
Loud and clear.
good.
Great, fantastic. I've sent the global trends.
All
Sorry
right.
about the mix up.
I'll try and download.
Okay. Okay. Oh, we have so much to say today.
Yeah, with this protest, fuel
Yes.
crisis starting,
Mm.
all this wahala.
This is the Vintage Talk Show with Akintunde-Johnson.
Come on, now. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, friends. It's becoming. I'm so sorry about that. It's becoming routine. I wanted to say, they don't say we're always late. No, we're stylishly late. This is 8 minutes past 7 o'clock, and this is the Vintage Talk Show with the Fudge. And we are here. You are there, listening or watching on Facebook or YouTube. Thank you for joining us. Good morning. We were set to fly. Today is a busy jaw join day. Lots of stuff to talk about. But I will welcome you. I'm your uncle for this day. My name is Femi Akintunde-Johnson. My friends call me Faj. And I'm not flying solo. I have friends in the house, even a young one. And let's start with her. AC Fair Arogunda, they are delectable young boys. Good morning, AC Fair.
Good morning to everybody. Happy last weekend of July. Happy beautiful day.
Yes, and so shall it be. A beautiful day. Indeed, not only the last Saturday, uh, essentially, I'm moving to how many days more? 4 days more. I'm done with July and August. This year is what's that guy? It's called bold. Is a bolded year, indeed. And with me, our analyst and our co-anchor, Alex Ogundadigbe. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Lagos, ladies and gentlemen. I must say it's great to be on Top FM 90.9 this morning. And in spite of the circumstances around us, we're trying to be happy, like Isife has said we should. So it's great to be here.
Yeah, great. Yes, this is Top Radio 90.9 FM. And Alex is giving kudos to Isife. We are in the same flow. And we welcome back our father in the Lord. To say, my friend and brother, I'm uncle from the very beginning. Olutokunbo. Ojekunle. Is it Olutokunbo? Abi Adetokunbo?
The first one is the one, man.
Olu-
It's a
beginning of
very
the
rare
Olutokunbo.
one, right?
Olusegun Ojekunle. Good morning.
That's right. But you sound like one of my teachers in comes first in our case. She will shout your first name and roll the others. Thank you for having me,
Yeah.
Faj. Thank you, Lagos. Welcome, everybody.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry.
It's a great morning today. Um, I hope technology will permit us to hear Mr. T's voice. It's a little bit quirky and static, but I think we'll get better as we go along. Yes, you're welcome. We have a lot of stuff for you today. We'll be discussing issues around Nigeria. Of course, what's the latest point? The latest issue we are always having latest issues. The latest issues is whether to go on protest or not to go, and the ramifications, implications, and justification. We'll talk about that much later in the program. We also hope to have Let's Rewind. We've been trying to rewind unsuccessfully. But let's kick off first with what our ancestors have for us to say. That has ties, though. That's a family that's that inferno and all that. But you really, in ordinary sense of it, when there's unity, when there is cohesion, when there is peace, respect for justice, social justice, respect for individuals' rights, and understanding that life is never easy in any area, and that people can be trusted to hold on to their own side of the bargain, and indeed work hard for the prosperity of that family. It will not bend. It will not break, though it may bend. So what we are bending now, with the agitations going on around the country, is because there is no close ties within the family. Let's join hands together. Let the leadership be more transparent, be more resourceful, be more compassionate, and let the led be more, how will I say, be more patient. Of course, be more uh, inquisitive, be curious, ask questions, demand answers, but do not let us destroy what we are trying to build, because family ties are like trees. They can bend, but they should not break. So, on this side of the divide, we will continue to speak truth to power and shine light on dark spots. We'll see you as we work on our status, entertainment news, global trends, and reviews of major newspaper headlines. Esife, are you ready for us?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, let's shoot.
Absence from screen helped me build more brands. Emeka Ike. Popular actor Emeka Ike has reflected on his break from the industry, revealing that it allowed him to diversify his brand and explore new ventures. In a recent interview, he said, "My absence wasn't really bad because it created room for me to build more brands. Apart from Emeka Ike, I now own Nollywood TV on StarTimes and I'm building other highly in-demand brands." Emeka Ike, known for his roles in films like Delhi Affair, Passion, Pain and Foreign Affair, Royal Calabash, A Million Tears, Glamour Girls, also ventured into politics during his break from acting. He has now returned to the industry, eager to reconnect with his fans and meet their expectations. "We are breaking the ice once again. I want to keep entertaining my fans and give them what is expected from me," he added. Emeka Ike's return to the screen comes after a period of personal challenges, including his divorce from his first wife, Suzanne, in 2015. He has since remarried and welcomed a new child.
Well, everyone deserves a second chance. So Emeka is craving for a second chance, and I'm in his corner. He deserves it, and we hope that he does not misplace it or destroy it, whatever the circumstance for the earlier one. So all the best, my brother. Enjoy your resurgence, so to speak. Okay, Alex, remember Emeka Ike?
I do. He's one of the veterans in Nollywood. He's been there for a long time, and sad to say, at the period in which he had his crisis, it really blew open and affected him sadly. But it's good to see that he's coming back and he's able to invest in other areas. So we congratulate him and we look forward to more success from his angle.
Yeah, thank you.
Funmi Aragbaye at 70.
Wow.
Evangelist Dr. Funmi Aragbaye, a gospel music legend, will be celebrating her 70th birthday and over 4 decades of gospel music ministry. The celebration will take place on 28th July and will include her birthday festivities, the launch of her book, and the introduction of her foundation. Dignitaries expected at the event include former Nigerian President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, Most Reverend Dr. J.O. Akinfenwa, His Imperial Majesty Oba Dr. Adeyeye Enitan Ogunwusi, and Oba Dr. Adedapo Adewale Tejuosho, CON, the Oshile of Okeono Egba. Additionally, all Southwest governors and other dignitaries have been invited, with the Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde serving as the chief host. Funmi Aragbaye was born on the 5th of July 1954 in Ondo Town into a Christian family. She began her musical career at Evangelical Church Winning or ECWA in Ilorin, Kwara State, shortly after obtaining a West Africa School certificate. Her debut album titled Olorin Gbala, along with Sioni Iluayo, was released in 1983.
Well, Beg your pardon. Congratulations, Mama Fumi Aragbaye. I met her a couple of times. She was a Sony artist. I don't know if Alex ever came in contact with her. She was a very forceful woman, very fussy,
Yeah,
very, very prim and proper kind of person. And that's how she's carried on with her businesses all over the place. We wish her all the best. And
yeah, we
mm,
do, we do. I
and
remember her
congratulations.
for being.
Yeah,
I'd like to put it in a different way. She was very focused and very strict about
yeah,
certain things. That's how I
mm,
remember her. Yeah, just
yeah.
to put it mildly.
That's that. To put it mildly, that's it. You're right. You're right.
Mike Ejiaga's 14-year-old hit goes viral.
Come again?
Mike Ejiaga.
Yeah, go ahead. I didn't get that.
Okay, Mike Ejiaga's 14-year-old hit goes viral.
Mm.
Gentleman Mike Ejiaga, a veteran Nigerian folklorist and musician, was emotional as he received a popular TikToker who visited him recently. This visit followed the resurgence of a song he released in 2010, thanks to skit maker Brain Jotter. The highlife song, Kasile Onye Oche, was released 15 years ago and had
Oh
faded
my
with
God.
popularity. However,
It's said that like French. Like, okay, just let's go. Let me not derail you.
however,
Oh,
it
it's
gained new
well.
bounce after Brain Jotter featured it in one of his skits, incorporating a dance move that matched the music's rhythm, especially the refrain. Gwo, 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 gwo. The initial
It's
video
right.
by Brain Jotter featuring a Jaga song received over 600,000 likes on Instagram, and on TikTok, it amassed over 11 million views. The song, along with Brain Jotter's dance, has since gone viral, spreading across Nigeria, Africa, and even reaching some Asian countries.
Wow.
Following its resurgence, several content creators have paid tribute to Mike Ejiaga. In a particular video, the 91-year-old singer is seen in tears as a TikToker at Angle TV presents him with an envelope, presumably containing money, and informs him of the song's newfound success. It was an emotional moment for the highlife singer, who expressed his gratitude and offered prayers and appreciation.
It's the song. Hey, this was produced in 2010
10 years.
when it was like 78
2010.
or 77.
Wow. So it's never too late to start.
Never to
Never
late.
too late
Never.
to be a star or to be
Never.
successful
Never.
or to
Never.
have a resurgence. Never write anybody off.
Mm.
I was watching the video when he was shedding tears as they were giving him the money, car gifts, and all sorts. Oh, I was moved.
Hello.
I can't seem to hear Isife.
Yeah, that's the quote I was waiting. Yeah. Go go go! Even it's the best dancing. Go go go! You didn't do the movement of the leg. You have to.
Even our sister,
Well, that dance is not
Oh,
for old people, oh. It's not for old
it's not.
generation.
But it's quite nice. I tried it. It's good for exercises. You know,
Okay. Okay.
if you throw your
You didn't
legs
lose your
here and
balance.
there,
You didn't lose your balance.
and make sure you don't lose your balance.
That's the truth.
It's kind of oh great, fantastic. Oh, that's a Kaesi Leonye Isioche.
Ah,
And that's where you have the reference.
I
I think it's about the tortoise elephant story about being, talking about pride and arrogance and mischief and all that. Oh, Good luck, gentleman. Mike Ejiaga. Thank you. We thank God for little mercies. Yes, let's continue our story.
Yvonne Jagede's foster child dies of cholera.
Oh dear.
Actress and producer Yvonne Jagede has announced the loss of one of her foster children, Olamide, to cholera. Since 2019, Jagede has been solely supporting 3 children despite her financial struggles. On Instagram, she shared her grief and gratitude, revealing that 2 of the children she supported had recently graduated from secondary school, including Olamide's sister. Jagede met Olamide in primary 4 and he was expected to progress to junior secondary school 3 after the summer break. She expressed her faith in God's providence, which, according to her, has enabled her to support the children despite her limited financial resources. She paid a touching tribute to Olamide, saying, "I'm heartbroken because I lost one of my children to cholera. Olamide and I met when he was in primary 4 and he was supposed to go to JSS 3 after this summer break. The news broke my heart, but I'm also happy that 2 of my children graduated from secondary school yesterday, and one of them is Olamide's sister. I don't have all the money in the world, but this makes my world complete."
Well, we commend your spirits of benevolence and compassion. In spite of your limited resources, you kept at it, taking care of 3 children. And then the Grim Reaper visited. It's so sad. We wish you the grace to bear the loss and the extended family of the deceased. It's so sad when you pour yourself into a life and then it's snatched away from you. It's so sad. Sorry about that.
Dakore takes legal action against Instagram blog. Actress Dakore Akonde Ni Ebusin has issued a cease and desist notice against controversial Instagram blog, This Lovers blog, over a post linking her romantically with Senate President Godswill Akpabio. The post, which has since gone viral, connects Akonde to Akpabio, despite her being happily married to Mr. Akonde for many years and having never met the said Senate President in person or otherwise. Akonde's lawyers are demanding the immediate removal of the offending post and a halt to any further defamatory statements about the actress. According to her legal representative, failure to comply within 24 hours may result in aggressive legal actions, including seeking damages, injunctive relief, and legal costs. The notice cites Section 375 of the Criminal Code Act, suggesting the post could be considered a defamation.
Well, she's entitled to enforce her right, especially if, as she has said, it's untrue, then she should push and cause cessation of that annoying publication. I mean, it's so you may sit in your room and I wonder what's all the fuss about. But if you are a recipient or a victim of vicious lies and all that, what you have not done, or you are called a thief when you have not stolen anything, beyond the reputation, what it does to your spirit, it's unimaginable, you know. And then you have people who benefit from anguish over causing others pain and suffering and all that. I mean, if it becomes true, let the fire go. But if it is not, she deserves a serious retraction and some damage. Yeah. And some damage. So whatever they call, what they paid them,
I think they're being too nice though. She and the lawyer, they are being too nice.
They are going straight to court. Just give them notice. No, they're asking only for the action and cessation of further application. I says he had never met the guy. Not to mention, and Dakore is one of the straighter ones, one of the ones we see as exemplary as role models in that industry, and she's a class act in artistically, about we're humans. We don't know. Let them prove it if they can. And
Yeah.
Akwabi was already saying that he's a man of one wife. Although he's a politician, I can't believe a politician.
Ah, Fudge.
Well,
Well, that's not nice.
I can't believe a politician. I can't believe, especially Nigerian politician.
Ah, Fudge,
Forget
that's
it.
not nice. That's
I would
not
rather
nice.
believe Akonde and Buso.
We tell the truth. We tell the truth sometimes.
Are you a politician?
Mr. T.
Immediately I know you're a politician. I look at it differently. When I call you, Mr. T, are you sure that's Mr. T?
That is not you. I don't belong.
One analyst said that whenever he sees his friends crossing over to the other divide to
Yeah.
become a politician or contest for a post, what goes through his mind immediately is, so what damage is this person going to do, or what is he going to steal where he's going now?
Going now.
That is
Wow.
what goes through his mind. It's
Wow.
horrible.
Okay,
Truth
Stephen,
is
do we
a
still have-
defense for libel.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that you who allege should define. I mean, defend.
Yeah.
Should prove your allegation. So the onus is on whoever has published that stuff. I mean, and from experience, such things are very difficult to prove. Okay.
Yeah.
Very.
Anyway, let's go.
Very.
I won't have made it without your support.
Hmm.
Chiwetalu Agu tells wife. Veteran Nollywood actor Chiwetalu Agu expressed his gratitude for his wife, Nkechi Agu, as she celebrated her birthday on Monday, 22nd of July. In her heartfelt video, Agu thanked his wife for an unwavering support and for choosing to share her life with him. As they shared a kiss, he assured her of his enduring love, stating, "Even God knows I wouldn't have made it this far in life without your support. Thank you for being one of the major reasons I refuse to give up on life.
Yeah.
I may not have gold or silver to give you, but believe me when I say the love I have for you will remain evergreen.
Wow.
Happy birthday, my love.
Wow.
Happy birthday to the mother of my children."
Wow. That's one of my favorite artists, Chiwetalu Agu. Fantastic actor. And he's declared that he's a fantastic husband too. Only Nkechi can confirm that.
Yes,
And
yes.
but congratulations. It's a matter of the heart,
Fudge,
Congratulations to
let's
Madam Nkechi Agu. I wish you all the best, and thank you for being the golden port behind the success of
Thank you.
Chiwetalu Agu. Lovely,
Nice
lovely
one.
act.
Nice one.
Okay. Esife is not sure whether she should continue, or do you want us to stop there?
Can rush the remaining two.
Okay.
Khalid returns to social media after battling illness. Nigerian singer Suleiman Solomon, also known as Khalid, has made a comeback on social media after a prolonged battle with an undisclosed illness. Nigerian comedian and Khalid's record label boss, Sini Toka, had requested support and prayers for the ailing singer after he was rushed to the hospital on 17th April due to complications from internal bleeding. A few days later, Adekunle Gold touched the hearts of many Nigerians after visiting Khalid in the hospital shortly after returning to Nigeria. Since then, Khalid has been absent from the music scene and public eye. However, he resurfaced this week on Wednesday morning, sharing new photos of himself posing in front of a car. From the photos, the singer seemed healthy and in good spirits.
Well,
That's great.
good for him. Well, we hope is fully recovered from the undisclosed ailment, and we wish him fully disclosed recovery. That's all we have for him. Yeah, and finally,
Netflix increases subscription price by 40%. Netflix once again increased its subscription fees in Nigeria following a recent price hike in April 2024.
Twice this year.
This new increase affects all subscription packages with significant percentage increases across the board. With the latest price updates, Nigerians will now be paying 7,000 per month for Netflix premium plan, which has seen a 40% increase from its previous rate of 5,000 per month. The standard plan subscription increased from 4,000 to 5,500, representing a 37.5% increment. This plan is popular among Nigerian subscribers for its HD quality and multi-screen viewing options. This latest price increment marks the second price adjustment by the platform within the space of 3 months in Nigeria, following an earlier price increase in April of the same year.
Wow.
They're still rising. They've not gotten to where they want to get to.
Well, that's the how will I call it? That's the benefit of developing. Are we even developing? An underdeveloped country. You know, even to laugh is very costly now. You know, to have fun is expensive. Everything is expensive now. And in the private enterprise, you can't say they should not put their money. Increase their money for whatever they are using. You don't know their cost of production or operations, and we can't argue. You either want it or you go away. You know, some of us that remember to watch it once or twice in a month. You have to choose. Why? But I don't remember. Just let it go.
I can't remember when
I unplugged. Or do you unsubscribe? I unsubscribed long ago.
When you have adults, it sometimes helps because some children sometimes can't do without it. And since it has a multi channel, and they'll give me a portion. But yeah, I just forget to watch sometimes. And you know, my son is always angry. I gave you some titles you have not watched. 3 months I said, don't worry, I've arranged it. I watched it. You know, there's so many things to do. Where will I sit down and watch movie all over the place? Anyway,
I've not finished watching all the NTAs of this world.
You know, I can be very terrible. There's a series like 6-part series. I can watch 1.5, and leave it for like 6 months, and then continue. It's amazing. I can't anybody watch and leave and continue.
By that time, the series by that time, the series will have gotten to 100, and you are still at the
You know, I'm at my pace. Nobody's rushing me. Is it not there? It's there for life. I can always go back there. You know, I don't rush them. They can't come and kill me. I've done that all this. I mean, in the 90s, we used to pack videos when we go and rent 8, 10 over the weekend. Watch like if you want to die. You know, not anymore.
You're old school. Okay. You know, you're old school small.
I did try. You know, I did try. Thank you, Steve, for that beat. We'll take a short break and welcome the birthday boy. Every song chosen today was delicately and deliberately chosen. You will see why as we go on. Let's give you this first from Keys Daniel. It says Showa. That's what we're using to welcome this chap. Showa. We don't want to hear any other story.
Cool one.
Good morning, Bosu.
Morning, Uncle Fudge. Morning, sir. Morning, Uncle T. Morning, Mr. Alex.
Morning. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Big one. Oh God.
You can see it's in a serious but hello, good morning. Yes, I know. Oh, fantastic. Someone will come and pick you up. Thank you for coming. Okay. Yes, no, it has to be outside. There's no too many cars inside. Please, you can park in front of the building before the number 4, number 2. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Our guest is it may be Mufti, he's a police officer.
Okay.
So he's parking in that second round. We have our guest is around, so we'll try and shuffle there. That's a PPRO for Lagos.
Okay.
So you can start
that's
off with
good.
the man is he has wicked mouth. I mean, from Twitter I can see. So you see what you have for us this morning.
Oh.
It's like a Twitter. I mean, I'm sure he's a millennial or something like that. The way he gives them one another in on Twitter is amazing. So I'm looking forward to seeing him.
His back clap is always on point.
He's always
Undeyi, Abi.
yes, Undeyi.
Okay, it's today.
Okay, Alex, we'll go to global trends, then we devolve to him. Then, if you're able to do so, we can wrap around the issues. Please ask him questions about police preparedness for August
protest.
1 to 10. Yes, and all that. And then
And
what
why
they
is
are
the
doing.
protest that long? Why 10 days protest?
Yeah, they know that in Nigeria they are hard of hearing. So
Let them be for 1 year then, because
what
nobody's
is
going to hear.
you didn't hear?
1 year, Mama Shey.
We have just
Nigeria state
started.
on first week.
Oh, it's not meant for Nigerians, though. People have agenda now. No, they
Yeah.
Network is playing games again.
Yeah, at my
So we're
end.
saying Showa to Olutu Boss or Shifowora, whose birthday was, we don't know what year, birthday was on Wednesday, the 24th day of July, and it was all over this social space. So I asked him, we'll have chicken and rice and whatever Nigeria can allow us to have now. Good morning, Bosun, and congratulations once again.
Good morning, Uncle Fudge. Good morning, Uncle T. Good morning, Mr. Alex. Good morning, everyone. It's always a pleasure to be here. And thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you.
We can't. I mean, we can't monetize all the talk, but you can't allow it to go like, because you're a Ijebu man doesn't mean we should just talk like that. What's going to be the next level? You guys just generally give and just greet us like that, and then you pass. You can't walk past like that.
Uncle Fudge, these are some bad times. We need to just maintain.
But let us get please. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's quickly take global trends, and then we'll revolve with our guest this morning. Alex, do you have the trends?
Yes, I do. So we're into global trends. And the first story is from South Africa. The title is Apartheid Killer. And it says a convicted mass murderer known in South Africa as the Apartheid Killer, who has been a subject of several investigations, has died. So the man is dead. The story doesn't reveal how he died, but it does say he's dead. So
Was his
Apartheid
age
Killer.
quoted? Was his age quoted?
And no, not from what I have here.
Alex, man is died, has died now. Don't try and look for what killed him. I mean, just let me go.
All right.
The man has died.
Oh my God.
Let him rest in peace. Let's move on.
All right. So the next story takes us to the United States, and the title is Bush Wildfire. A rare fire tornado has been caught on camera ripping through bushland in Northern California as the U.S. state's largest wildfire this year doubled in size. This wildfire thing, it actually is prominent in that forest area in the U.S.
Yeah.
California.
I dare say something needs to be done about that.
Well,
It's
that
nature.
will continue.
Okay.
We have plenty of wildfire
Yeah.
here too. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. The next story is titled How a Shadowy Drug Lord Rose to the Top. It says Ishmael El Mayo Zambada spent decades evading capture at the top of Mexico's Sinaloa cartel, which he co-founded at the end of the 1980s before his arrest by US agents. Despite his reputation as one of the world's most powerful drug lords, relatively little is known about the 75-year-old man in the hat. Now, the arrest of Zambada was who was detained on Thursday at a Texas airfield with Jacqueline Guzman Lopez, son of his Sinaloa cartel co-founder El Chapo, with reports suggest that he was tricked into boarding a plane by a high-ranking Sinaloa member. So another drug lord is off the streets in
Amen to
US
that.
and Mexico. Yeah.
Super.
Amen to that. Yes.
All right. The next
Hunger
story
crisis.
says a hunger crisis revealed. Drought, crop failure, and insecurity is the aftermath of war has left 2 million people at risk of starvation in northern Ethiopia, officials say. The BBC gained access to some of the worst affected areas in Tigray province and analyzed satellite imagery reveals the full scale of the emergency. So there's famine and drought in northern Ethiopia. Wow.
Okay, let's move on to war in Gaza.
All right. So war in Gaza, it says Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has met US President Joe Biden and presumptive Democratic presidential nominee, Vice President Kamala Harris, who called for a ceasefire in Gaza. Meanwhile, former President Barack Obama has publicly endorsed Ms. Harris.
That was nice.
Yeah,
that was nice.
Nice.
I mean the endorsement too.
The endorsement,
Not
yeah,
that-
that's it. No, not the
that
other one. I know.
Yeah, that man is
But I don't particularly like the way Biden stepped down. He should have handed over to her, given her some time to act as president before going back for an election. That would have been more strategic.
Mm.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
It doesn't work like that. He's not incapacitated now.
It's not, yes,
not.
I mean,
It's not. It's
I
not.
mean,
It's not.
I think this is more effective. It creates a momentum and it welds all the components of Democrats together. You know, all of them unifying behind her will be a master stroke, and it's already
but
showing
now
effect.
she has to start from the scratch.
There's no scratch there. The campaign,
Sure.
She has been given a platform, a pedestal. This is not scratch. Hey?
I don't think so.
This is like penalty handed over to someone.
Over to her.
She's been given a massive platform. If she's starting from the scratch, that means that she will go through the nomination, go through the primaries and everything.
Yeah.
Starting from the top.
No, I think this is nice because now the Republicans have to re-strategize and they are really running helter-skelter to deal with this woman. And
in fact, it is Trump now that is looking like the old man now.
Yeah,
you know, before it was Biden. Now, and I don't think Trump has the steez and the momentum he had before. The man is aging too, somewhat winding down.
Let's see how it
dealing with
out.
a former prosecutor, a strong woman, strong force. That woman is tough. You know,
the woman has a lot of things going for her. The fact that she hasn't got children and all the whole thing that Vance had said about her, those things are really working in her favor.
That's very.
And she's smart.
Very.
Gentlemen, it's when you hear women talk, all of you be talking now. Let's move on. Leave the woman. Let's move on.
Fudge.
Let's move on.
All right. Oh my God. Okay, Fudge.
All right, next we're going to Papua New Guinea, and it says officials have launched an investigation into a gang attack in a remote area of the country in which at least 25 people, including 16 children, were killed.
Wow.
Sad story.
Wow.
Tough.
All right, the last one on our global trends this morning says fire in Jasper, Alberta. Firefighters are trying to save as many buildings as possible from huge, fast-moving wildfires that have destroyed up to half of the historic Canadian town, a popular tourist resort.
God has really helped us in this country. We are our own problems because we don't have all this wahala.
That's the reason why we are problematic in nature.
We are looking for beku.
not exactly. Nothing to scare us. Nature is fine. Weather is fine. And then the other things about politics are no. Come on.
It's the people. It's the people.
It's the people problem. It's a people problem.
Okay, gentlemen. Thank you so much. Thank you, Alex, for rendering global trend this morning. We'll take a short break. Like I said, our songs are chosen deliberately. This next song is to welcome the man that if you give him wahala, he will give you double wahala. He doesn't keep it to his. I mean, he's not delicate about that. This is CK featuring Olamide. He says wahala. Good morning, Mr. Hyundai. My name is Femi Akintunde-Johnson. You've been chatting with me. My DP has my daughter's picture, so that's maybe the reason. So I'm happy to receive you. I hope you're much better now. Good to see you. That's my wife, Retunde. What did you say? Yeah, fact, yeah. His name is Vialino. We started a little bit earlier than the internet, so I used to work in Punch. Then we created Fame, Comium, and all these things. Gentlemen, Mr. Hyundai is in the studio. So after this, we are moving on to talking points, and the topic essentially is the demands of policing Lagos. And you know what? It has been that topic has been heightened in the last few days by the prospect of what is supposed to be a hunger strike, a 10-day hunger strike. And the IG has made certain statements. And so we would like to ask him preparations, the ones he will divulge, and other strategies, so that we do not have a repeat of what happened during the NSAS. Once in a while, we put on the AC because of machines. So after some time, we put off them.
This is a vintage talk show with Akintunde-Johnson.
I want to turn the video to you. Let me check on Facebook that is showing you. Well, that music was called Wahala by CK featuring Olamide. And we are back to the Vintage Talk Show. Now, our guest is in the house, is in the studio. He's a straight shooter, as I hinted earlier, and doesn't suffer fools gladly. And that is not strange, as he is a superintendent of police. I hope I'm correct. And a public relations officer of the Lagos State Command of the Nigerian Police Force. Please join me as we welcome to the Vintage Talk Show, Benjamin Hunde. Good morning.
Good morning, and thanks for having me on the show today.
Yes, nice. I didn't know you. You look so calm and young. And when I read you on Twitter, you are like fire. You, your comeback is something else. Is it that you are given the right to, the latitude to respond as you will? Because some of the back forth you have with the Twitter, what they call them, X-Men and all that, it's quite vicious.
Well, it isn't exactly vicious. It's just trying to bring the people close to us. We try to relate, and they don't take it as it might look at the surface. We know we are throwing batters. We meet on the street and we hug each other, we laugh.
Wow.
So it's nothing deep. We're just trying to relate with people, and it's working. People confirm that to me that, we have somebody we can relate with. So it's about that. It's nothing violent or personal.
Wow. It's good to know that. Unfortunately, I'm not that generation, so I always see the subtext. Why is it sounding like this?
People think I'm Gen Z. I'm not.
Yeah.
I have a baby face, yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, not exactly. Well, surely you are not a baby boomer, so whatever it is, you are close to them. So I understand the temperament. Yeah, yes, great. It's lovely to have a face like that. Police force over the years have this us against them kind of attitude and all that, and seeing people like you interfacing with the public in a way that is very, yummy and all that. It's very heartwarming. Now, do you suppose that sometimes you ought not to be in this business? Why am I putting myself at risk? This thankless job and all
Everybody
that.
has been through that.
Hmm.
Everybody. Even if you have the best job in the world, there are times you would think, what if I was doing the other job?
Hmm.
So yeah, for me, I get that, especially when I see some of my classmates back in school in the private sector, they are flying so high. And I say, oh, that would be me.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm doing badly to where I am. So yes, sometimes I think, what if I did this? What if I didn't do this? But it's fine. I'm trying to make the best of who I am today. I'm trying to make positive impacts to the best of my ability. So there are no regrets, actually. No regrets.
Wonderful. We'll take a short break before we dive deep into more discussion with Superintendent of Police Benjamin Hunde. Let's take this break, commercial break. Gentlemen, feel free to field questions with Mr. Hunde.
All right.
Don't be afraid. There will be no arrest.
Oh, ọlọ́pàá.
Different people, different problems. I've been trying to transfer since and it's not been going. What's the matter now? Get ready. My people, make una no vex o. Have you guys heard of customer experience radio show by Market Africa? Put together to protect consumers like you and me. Every Tuesday at 10 a.m. at Top Radio 90.9 FM. You can call live, share your experience, and be heard. In partnership with state and federal authorities, every consumer matters. You can visit www.marketafrica.com, that is MarketAfrica.com, to share your experience.
Radio 90.9.
We are still on the Vintage Talk Show, and we are still chatting with Superintendent of Police Benjamin Hunde, Lagos Command Public Relations Officer, PRO. I'm not scared. It's not because it's here I'm fighting though. It's just a mistake. I've asked my guy. Let's ask questions. So you also at home, you can ask him questions. Is able to field your question. The number to call is 0913 697 3485. I repeat, the number is 0913 697 3485. I don't know about I mean, I don't know the psyche of a police officer, but like one who is law abiding, I see your work as a very dangerous one because of the elements you deal with that make us safe at home. You know, recently in Ladipo area, some suspected kidnappers were killed during a firefight with policemen and all that. It's a couple of days after, the IG came up with a statement that Nigeria is more secure now than before, that the crime rate has gone down by data available to him. But most Nigerians don't, from reports, I mean, from what you could read and feedback, comments, and all that, most Nigerians don't have that sense of security. It appears that things are ballooning, rapidly. Where do you get your data from?
Yeah, people have this perception when they don't have access to complete data, and I don't blame them. If I didn't have access to complete data too, I would base my judgment on what I have. But the truth is, if people, I'll talk about Lagos, I speak for Lagos. The truth is, if people juxtapose the the percentage increase in the population in Lagos. We are well over 20 million people, and compare it with the number of policemen in Lagos, approximately 17,000,
Wow.
and juxtapose it with the rate of conviction in Lagos and the number of people that get sent to prison on a daily basis. So if you check all of these things, you would actually see, and maybe do a trend chart, you would actually see that going by percentages, that crime is actually reducing. We are doing our best. But if you just want to look at it on the surface, that maybe there were 10 murder cases last year, and this year there are 20. Oh, crime has increased. No, if you still remember that, if you equally remember that there were maybe 20 million people in Lagos last year, and we have 25 million now.
Now,
So 5 million more people, and definitely you find deviants among them, you find criminals among them. If you also check the rate of conviction, so if you have a wholesome look of statistics, truly you would agree that we are doing a great job. Many criminals are being taken off the street. It can be quite dangerous because crime would always try to fight back.
Yeah, crime will always try to fight back. You see, what you just mentioned reminded me of something. But before then, I would like to ask this issue of population exploding, year in, year out, and all that. How do you manage? I see the area of town I frequent. I see truckload of people coming from outside of Lagos, virtually on a daily basis, and they don't look like investors. They look for people who are looking for jobs and all that, and it's from such elements you may have criminal elements and all that. How do you proactively stem such incursion and confirm that people are coming with legitimate reasons?
Well, those are the issues that make the job of policing very difficult. It makes them very difficult because we are not dealing with the same set of people every day. People move in and out. Somebody can be in Lagos today and is out of Lagos tomorrow. You're looking for a suspect today and he's out of Lagos, so it makes policing quite difficult. But at the same time, there's a little we can do because we have to act within the confines of the law. So we can't just abduct people and throw them out of the state. We can't do that. And so basically, these are issues that will be addressed by the government, not the police itself. The government needs to come up with policies about migration and about unemployment and all that. If they want to register unemployed people, if they want to register people coming into the state, I would not decide. But ours is to enforce laws, extant laws. And also, the Nigerian Immigration Service has a lot of role to play in this regard. The Commissioner of Police, I think Okefayade, was in Shangotedo yesterday to have a town hall meeting with people around there to hear their concerns. And one recurring complaint from them is that, we have some shanties close to the sea. They even brought pictures, shanties, and many of them are foreigners, and they don't have jobs, and all they do is take drugs from morning till night. And when they run out of drugs and they need money and they are jobless, then they go out to do crime, petty crime. They snatch phones, snatch people's bags. So these are concerns, legitimate concerns, and we are working closely with the Nigerian Immigration Service. Sometimes we go to arrest these people. Sometimes they act. Sometimes just to when people point at them like, oh, this person that did this, and when we discover they are even undocumented foreigners, we hand them over to the immigration service. They know what to do. So you're right, these are issues, but they go beyond the police. We as a people need to come together, pass relevant laws, and make sure that we keep ourselves safe.
Wow. Let's talk before we get to the elephant in the room, which is the hunger strike being planned by some people. Let's have a reflection on the October 2020 incident, the NSAS. You're a policeman, and it's never good for you to be the cynosure of eyes negatively. Everyone complaining about you and all that. That period, there were a lot of killings. You know, some of them bestial, or policemen or police officers and all that. You know, when you reflect, what do you think? Is it like the people are against the police for decades of accumulated atrocities, or is it that that they're just angry with the system? The kind of vicious attack we saw, it's unreal.
Well, the truth is, if it was possible to distribute questionnaires anonymously for people to say the truth, you will discover that the silent majority were not part of that carnage and would not support it. It is the very loud minority who have nothing to lose, who have no vested interest. So basically, I'm just saying that out of over 20 million people, it's very possible for just 50,000 people to cause mayhem. Out of 20 millions, 50,000 targeted and cause mayhem. And we knew that during that time, there was many criminal elements that provided funds. These are facts. We knew there's so many Yahoo boys that provided funds to incapacitate the police, because the police is a problem for them in their nefarious activities. So if you ask me to reflect, yeah, we reflect and we know well many Nigerians who did not support it, who would share their solidarity with us in private. They don't even want to come out. They don't want to be seen to be having solidarity with the police. So it's not exactly, this might sound controversial, but it's not exactly a true reflection of the people. It's more like a reflection of some disgruntled and criminal elements. That's not to say that the majority don't have legitimate complaints, concerns about the police, but they are more civil about it. They wouldn't go the route of burning down stations, burning down patrol vehicles, killing police officers, going into the barracks to kill wives and children of police officers. Yes, it was that bad. In Ibadan, they even killed the police officer, burnt him, and they started cutting the body and were sharing like, oh, if he's a dish. Like, so it was, like you said, you already said bestial. So it's not actually a reflection of the people. Don't get me wrong, people are angry, people were frustrated, but the bestiality, the carnage was not what people bargained for. It was more or less hijacked, and that's something we're trying to guard against, because we know there are so many idle hands who have pent up energy, who don't know where to use it, and they're ready to just cause problem, and we would not allow that to happen. We would not.
Okay, we are coming gradually, gentlemen. Do not think I am dominating the discussion. Please feel free to cough. I will understand that you want to interject. You have questions for the police PRO. Another thing.
All right, maybe okay.
Okay, go ahead, please.
All right, Mr. Hudayn, I wanted to ask about community policing. We've seen how it works in different parts of the world. If you have police residents in your community, if they're on patrol regularly, they know the people in the area, and it happens to help reduce crime from evidence we have so far. So where is the Nigeria police force in Lagos in concern with police, community police relations?
Well, we practice our own type of community policing. If you want to bring that template and impose here, exactly, it would not work. It would not work. Okay, so I station.
Why do you say it won't work?
Nigeria. You are in Nigeria. Let's not pretend to be Americans here. So, okay, do you know everybody on your street?
Yes, I do. I do. I do.
You must be living in a small street. Let me answer you. That's a question. So for us, you want to do what they do in the UK, where the police knows everybody on the streets. That is a system where, for example, in New York has I've forgotten the figure now. New York has 55,000 sworn police officers. And if you check their budgets, I've forgotten the figure now, but millions of dollars. Nigeria Police
Sorry, is
Force
it the
has
state or the city? When you say New York State or New York City?
okay. Let me not talk about the state. Let me talk about NYPD. I'm talking about the police
Okay,
department.
all right.
NYPD. So NYPD has 55,000 police officers. Nigeria Police Force has like 370,000 police officers. Check the budget for NYPD in a year and check the budgets for Nigeria Police. The whole Nigeria Police, and for them they have like times 10 of what we have to run. So if we have that kind of budget too, it's very easy for us to recruit more people, station more people on your street, for example. So we have 2 police officers like they will do in the UK and call them Ejire. 2 police officers stationed there, so that like you two who have stayed on that street for quite some time, they too will have spent 2-3 months and they know everybody. They know Yakasira, they know Babalagbaja. And so there's a new face, they can actually know that there's a new face. But let's be realistic. That's why I was asking if you don't stay in Nigeria. We don't have all those resources. We don't have all those police officers. We don't have all the patrol vehicles. We don't have all the fueling we need. We don't have all the body cams. So that kind of community policing you yearn for cannot work, you knowing fully well that these resources are not there. So we just have to make do with what we have. You can go all and laugh at police for not knowing what to do, but the truth is we know what to do. The resources are not just available. I, for one, I'll use myself as an example. I was part of the UN peacekeeping in Sudan, and I know what we did because we had resources. So this same Ben did a lot with resources in Sudan. This same Ben is in Nigeria, can't do a lot because there are no resources. So to summarize my answer, that kind of communist policing is possible. We know about it. We've studied it a lot, but we don't have the resources. So for now, we'll make do with what we have.
Well, we have to make do with what we have. While you are looking for other questions, I want to just quickly take this in. The police have, they say police is your friend. It's a mantra. I've been into police stations. I've been arrested a number of times in the course of my business, and I always find something interesting. I don't know whether it still works there. They will tell you, they will hold you for sedition, for publishing something they assume it is wrong. Is wrong. They allege it's wrong. They allege it's wrong. Okay. And yet lawyers will say there's no longer sedition in the law books. And they will still keep you in Panti, Alagbon for like 3-4 days. Then they will not tell them in court again that sedition is not in court, and they will throw it out. Meanwhile, you have spent 4 or 5 days there. Now, the IG said they have given approval to this new, anticipated or under planning and all that, August 1 hunger strike, so-called. They're giving approval.
I don't understand who's giving approval for
the IG. No. That's what the headline.
Well, journalists can be mischievous.
Okay.
You don't need police approval to go and protest. It's
fantastic.
It's your right. You can go and protest.
Fantastic.
As long as you remain very law-abiding. Don't be violent.
Okay.
So IG did not give anybody any approval because in the first place, you don't need police approval.
Fantastic. So that cuts down one leg of my question. Now, the IG also asked the principal organizers to send their addresses, office address, home address, any contact in.
Where did you say this? I have the text of that speech. I can show it to you now. So I don't know where you saw office address and home address. All the IG said was contact details. As long as I can contact you, contact details.
Okay.
Like somebody that submitted her letter at the police headquarters in Ikeja, put her phone number, and the phone has been on. She did not switch it off. We've been speaking with her. So as long as we're in contact with her, we're fine.
Okay.
So because asking for your house address, home address might be a bit intrusive. And and people might not feel too comfortable with that. I never mentioned that. Just contact so that if something is going wrong, we can quickly reach out to you.
Okay, I'll before we finish, I'll get to some of the publications.
I will also look for the I have it.
Well, we depend, since we are not active on the field,
and I will send it to you.
We depend on what the people tell us. Okay, we'll get to that subsequently. Now, we saw what happened in 2020. So most law-abiding citizens are wary, are wary of a repeat. The devastation was enormous. The loss of lives was incalculable. It was too much. It was a frightening period. We could not stay at home in peace. We are scared. 1 million men, this, and all that stuff. Then you get also some kind of worrying statistics now. 17,000 to run Lagos over 2025, which is like one police to 1,001.
It's a far cry.
It's terrible.
It's a far cry.
It's terrible. So I don't know how you work. I don't know how you feel safe by yourself. What strategies are put in place to make your job less catastrophic as it is?
I came in here and I see that I'm sitting, there's AC in the office and the environment is so beautiful. And I'm saying, I wish I could work in an environment like this. So it's part of it. It's part of it psychologically. It's part of it. So what steps have been put in place? Nobody wants to work in an office that doesn't look too good. Nobody wants to live in a barracks that doesn't look too good. You're a human being. You deserve at least the basic minimum.
Yeah.
So these things have a way of affecting motivation. That's the truth. And what things or measures are being put in place to make things better? Yes, I know the IGP is trying his best, but you cannot do anything without money. And well, the police budget is public knowledge. You can Google it and see. The budget is not even enough to undertake any what do they call all this financial terms, maybe capital expenditure or something like that. Most of them are just recurrent, just to pay the salaries and buy a few things that you would keep using. So it's about money. And of course, we would love to live in very good banks. We would love to have body cams.
Yeah.
We would love to have small computer systems in our vehicles, so that we can just stop you and where's your ID? You don't have ID. Okay, what's your name? And we search the NIN database and we see that you are in Nigerian and all that. These are basic things.
Yeah.
These are things I used when I was with the UN. It is not beyond our comprehension. It's not something that our IQ cannot deal with. But we don't have this thing. So the IGP, the Minister of Police Affairs, the Senate Committee on Police Affairs, the House of Rep Committee on Police Affairs, the Police Service Commission, you can see all the agencies having oversight on the police. So all of them are working together to ensure that things are improved. We have 17,000 policemen, or we have 370,000 police officers all over the country. But we keep repeating this figure every year. But you ask yourself, but you are recruiting 10,000 people every year. But the truth is, sometimes more than 10,000 leave the job every year through retirement, through incapacitation, through death, and through resignation. And our officers who are Japan, officers who are leaving the job and going to Canada. That's the truth. They are leaving the job and going to Canada. That is the truth. So by the time you take 10,000 in a year, and 11,000 leaves that same year, you are not moving. You are on the same spot. So we're trying our best, but we need to do more. And this is the truth. We can't keep on scratching things on the surface. We need to dig deep. We need to do more. And we are trying our best. But like I said, until we get approval, in fact, we would love to recruit like 50,000 a year. But if you don't get approval from the government, you cannot do that. Because if you do that, there will be no payment of salary. Then there will be another headline. Police owes constables salaries, which we don't want. So there are so many issues there. We know the issues. We know the solutions. But we really cannot handle it ourselves. We are not our own employers. We need to speak to our employers. And I'm not indicting our employers. They too are trying. But there are many ministries they need to cater to. So we are trying, and we'll continue to hope that the little measures that have been taken will actually have maximum effect.
Okay, Mr. T, in case you want to ask, let me just quickly add a proviso that indeed it is true what the IGP asked for is contact details, so not necessarily home address and other addresses and all that. So You are correct. You just want to put it out there so it doesn't seem as if we are jumping the police. Yes, Mr. T.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Welcome again, Mr. Andy. Now, my thoughts are a little bit wide, but sometimes when I hear versions like this coming from a very tight and tough department in government, I often end up asking myself, was the Nigeria police force structured to fail at the end of the day? Because it's security, and we shouldn't take it, for license. We shouldn't be very lackadaisical about it. How would I be a policeman and I don't have equipment to fight? It's tough. And when you look at that, I'm asking questions. Will I stay long in that situation? Okay, and also face criminals and all. I don't know. I must confess, I doff my heart if I thought I have one. But beyond that is the need to scrutinize deeply the intakes. Recruitment is tough. How do you ensure that when recruitments are being made, we are actually recruiting the right people? When I say the right people, I mean it. Some people have criminal records. Some people, how do you test for such things? Because I see some very detailed officers, and yet, with due respect, I see some that probably it's a case of communication, they lack and all that, and I'm lost in that realm. How do you ensure that that happens? You check them professionally.
Okay, yeah, we try our best to do due diligence. So, um, I understand what you're saying. We acknowledge that these things happen, but I also want to point out that it's not um, like majority of our intakes are misfits. There are maybe 10-20%, but the minority. But of course, it's bad enough. This is a job. It's a sensitive job. You are dealing with life, and so if you have a bad pilot, that's disaster. Like you cannot afford to have a bad pilot. You cannot afford to have a bad doctor. So the same should apply to the police. So I understand. So I'm going to indict the police. I'll indict ourselves, but I will also indict the people. I'm going to indict ourselves because it's quite difficult, or we have maybe failed to stand our ground. And you would also understand why it is difficult to stand our ground. This is not the US, this is Africa. There's a lot of help me with this. It's Jew. I don't know how I'm going to say that, but there's a lot of that. So now I'm going to explain. So we are doing recruitment, and we ask each applicant to take their form to their traditional ruler. For that traditional ruler to attest that, oh, he is of good character, you should sign and stamp it. Take it to your local government chairman for him to say, he or she to say, he is of good character, she is of good character, sign and stamp it. Then take it to a notary public, senior lawyer or a civil servant of level 15 and above, either in the military or civil service, to say, he is of good character. Take it. Now, this is what people do. People consistently say, this is the black sheep of the family. He is the one giving us problem. Go and put him in the army or police. You go and learn his lesson there. So, in as much as we don't stand our ground to say we don't want these people, sometimes you see KBC, local government chairman, one son, senior advocate of Izadbado, one senior advocate of Nigeria, and all this and all that, and they are saying this guy is good, and they managed to prep that guy for that interview, and he looks sober that day. This is somebody that's high on drugs actually. He looks sober that day, and we try our best, and he slips through the crack and gets into the system. So the question is, Nigerians themselves don't even want a good police force. Because why recommend? And sometimes when we discover, this is what I'm going to indict ourselves a bit, or indict us a bit. When you discover that this person is not fit and you reject the person, the African thing comes in.
Yeah.
Your KBC. No, you see, they would locate you like Benz from Badagry. Oh yeah, go and meet account of the guy
Ah,
to call him and say, my subject, my son, why did you reject this person? And then they will now go and meet your wife at work and say, talk to a guy. So it can be, at some point, it's like blackmail. It's like blackmail. Your friends, everybody calls like, take him now, he's going to change, we are going to train him. So that's where we should stand our ground. But at the same time, I just want to say, if people can please join hands to recommend the best people in their family. You want a good police force, recommend. Don't bring the misfits in your family. Recommend the good people so that it will be easier for us to pick amongst only good people, and we're going to have a good police force. So that's actually the situation on the ground, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to afford this polygraph test machine. I'm hoping we'll be able to so that nobody will sleep with the crack. But again, it's about money. Or if you have an NGO that can supply these things for free, we'll be glad to have them.
Well, I call that unenlightened self-interest. People pushing the miscreants into the force, and then you complain that the force is not well mannered. Sometimes training is not enough. The quality of the character must shine through. Fantastic. From our discussion, I understand that UN recommended 1 person to 450 people, citizens, as effective policing, and our own is like 3 times worse and all that. Now, this, you also mentioned in your analysis earlier that 50,000 people in a state of 25 million can cause mayhem, and it will appear widespread, and all that. Now, so what is your expectations in terms of policing the forthcoming protest? Beyond tear gas, barricades, water cannons, and all that, what strategy do you have in mind that is allowable, that we can share with us, that will make people be at peace, that whatever happens, this is going to be a very peaceful, orderly, and safe, so to speak, protest?
Well, we will try to be as simple as possible. We have been engaging different stakeholders. We've met with the National Association of Nigerian Students. We've met with Yaloja. We've met with Papaloja. We've met with religious. We've met with everybody we can meet to try to engage them as peacefully as possible. If the protest happens, our men will fully deployed. For now, embargo has been placed on all kinds of leave, casual leave, sick leave, well, maybe exemption for sick leave, study leave, annual leave, all sorts of leave. Everybody knows we have all hands on deck. And so we're going to be fully out there. All human and operational resources fully deployed to ensure that if protesters want to pass, they should pass. If they want to protest. But the moment you lift a finger on somebody's property, what really enters, it wasn't just about policemen, even civilians. Just citizens, who abiding citizens lost things.
Yeah.
Warehouses were looted.
Yeah.
Houses were burnt.
Yeah. Shops were destroyed.
Even our courts were the DNA center burnt down. So the moment anybody lifts a finger to destroy any property, that person will be resisted. That person will be arrested. And in the event that they are resisting arrest and they want to turn violent, they want to attack police officers, the least harmful thing. Just imagine you're a police officer. Put yourself in our shoes, wear the uniform, have your gun, and have your tear gas, and have your baton. And 20, 30 people want to attack you at the same time. The least you can do is that tear gas. It disperses people. It's a choice. The moment I fire tear gas, it's your choice to wait and inhale it or run away. I'm not holding you down and forcing it into your nose. So that's the least. I don't use baton on you because it's not one-on-one. These are 20 people against, And so we've checked all the scenarios, and we don't want to fire live bullets. Somebody will die. So tear gas, and we disperse people. But we hope it doesn't get to that. But the truth is, if it gets to that, we will not hesitate a second to do it. Because many Lagosians, many Nigerians are reaching out to us in the DM They don't want to say it openly so that people will not attack them, but they are telling us in the DM, begging, please don't let that thing happen again. People can protest, but no destruction again. Some people have not recovered from those destruction. And apart from all that, sentiments apart, it's our job, it's our mandate. One of the first things we are charged to do is to maintain law and order, to protect life and property, and we will not fail at that.
Well, Benjamin Hunde, I'm not going to your DM, and I'm not saying privately. Don't let that one that happened in 2020 happen again. Never again. Whatever it takes, let's keep our streets safe and our people alive. And wish you all the best. What will be your final words of advice to law-abiding citizens, including protesters, law-abiding protesters? What will be your final word?
Yes, I will just advise them to do everything they do within the confines of the law. We don't want the last time people were being taken to the hospital, asthmatic patients and all sorts of patients, and they were stuck in traffic. Some people died in that traffic. People were going for that life-changing interview, that contract they've been pursuing, and they were stuck in traffic and they could not make it and they lost the opportunity. People were going to the airports to catch an all-important flight and they were stuck in traffic. So people's lives were affected in many ways than you can imagine. So I'm going to appeal to people to be law-abiding. We promise not to, but we promise to protect you and provide security as long as you are law-abiding. So be law-abiding, and to be a win-win situation, we'll all go happy. Thank you very much.
Amen to that. Thank you so much for joining us, Benjamin Hunde, the police PRO in Lagos State. It's been an interesting 37 minutes. Wow. I didn't plan it to that long. We thank you so much for being forthright and being very straight to the point. And I believe with men like you in the force, some of us would like to send our children. We are too old to join you. We like to send our grandchildren or children. It's wonderful. Thank you and have a wonderful weekend as you go back. And take care of yourself. He's been under the weather a bit and he struggled to come here. We appreciate you coming. Thank you so much. We'll be having a chat with Lagos Public Relations Officer Benjamin Hunde, and it's been interesting. We'll take a short break and come back to see what we can do with the rest of the program that we have shifted all around. What is worth it? It's a glow in the dark. Skepta featuring Wizkid and Lil. Names.
Lil.
Yeah, thank you.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was
a good one.
Please help me.
Pity we couldn't see him on camera.
Picture. Oh, unfortunately, you see him on Facebook. So, and I want to take a picture every day to show that he came. I won't think about hallucinating.
That'd be nice. Police is your friend.
Yes, sometimes they are, but they're quite civil. Some of the interrogations we had in the past, they are quite civil, but unbelievably stable.
Maybe it's because they know the status. Maybe they know your status. If it's other people, I'm not sure they will carry the same.
There's something I want to say. If we want to avoid what happened in 2020, there are two major things the police needs to do. One, they need to time the protests. The protest should not go, it shouldn't be an all day, all night thing like they had at that Lekki Tollgate. And then secondly,
why didn't you talk when he was around now so that I could have mentioned this? Oh my.
So then I was enjoying the program. Then secondly, the police should give them perimeter definition.
Yeah.
You know, they left Lekki for them. Yeah. They should cordon off a place that those protesting, you stay within this certain period. Certain perimeter. So you can allow others to go. Some people are not interested in your protest. So those who want
I
to
think
join you, they should stay behind this. Then secondly, it should not go beyond 4 o'clock
particular
or
time,
certain time. It must, if they don't do those two things,
I think
if you
they
leave it
are
to chance.
on it because the letter, I just said they should send the details of their routes and their timing. I don't know if they gotten back to them, but the organizers send their routes and they say they are doing it between 9 and 6 o'clock. I don't know
So
if they're going to
the
be
police will now give them time that you
time they
start
want.
by 10 to 2. Maybe it's protest. You have other things to do now. Go. Tomorrow, come back. Then you must stay within this place. It's
No,
the
I
police
think
that will define it, not them defining for police.
I think they will
Exactly.
get the feedback from the police. I think so too.
That's
Because this
how
one that
it's
they're doing
done.
like a full-time work, 9 to 6. It's
That's how it's done abroad anyway, especially in the UK and the US. They will give you space to stand. You can't cause civil disobedience. You can't block traffic. You can't prevent people from going to work. All those things. Let's just hope that they're able to contain it. If they're able to contain it and plan it well, fine. Both sides, everybody wins. The people wanted to protest. It gets to the news. People feel the pressure that there was protest. Government responds. Yeah, but when you now have a total breakdown, that doesn't benefit anybody.
Doesn't.
Alex and Bosun are not serious. The man was there. He didn't ask anything. He didn't make any comment. When he has left now,
No,
he's asking the police.
I was waiting for
it's
Boso's
strategy. They
question.
should pay us. They should pay us. We'll give them full blow. They
man
release
is
money to them now.
Olokpa.
The man is
They
fact
release
and
money
value.
for them. They should. It's consultation. This one is not freebies.
You're right, too. I'm
You
sure
know,
he will.
God,
I,
really?
I don't know if I could go ahead and say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I read a commentary, and when there was so much bombings in Iraq, when the Americans came, they brought one CIA guy, and they had to do like a forensic study of the whole thing. And the guy found out that most of these things take place where people gather and they discuss newspaper stuff and everything. So the guy just gave them one or two strategies that see all these places where people gather. Don't take the food vendors away, those who sell water. So when people gather and start talking, when there is no water, there's no food around. After 2 hours, they disperse.
They go.
That was what ended the thing. They had pumped in money, done a lot of things. Nothing happened. He just said, see, if people are eating and drinking and they are talking, they can't do anything. Take the food away from them. Take water away from them. And that was just it. The thing just died natural death. No more bombing. They had to go and re-strategize. So sometimes, there are some of those things that people have, but they pay the guy handsomely. If they pay us, we'll help them.
Strategic planning.
Honestly, but that's it. That's it.
Because if you give them the liberty, they will do anyhow. Human beings, we are excessive. So let them know where to stay, what to do. You guide them.
Exactly. That's why we
I
have
think
the
the last
law.
time there was some protest, police was giving them water, engaging them. At the end of it, everybody just went away because people are coming with a mindset that it's us versus them. So if you show that we are the same, that's also it's a strategy that can help.
They give them water.
If
They give them
policeman help them
biscuits.
to carry, if the policeman help them to carry a placard and join them, and we take selfie. After 2 hours, everybody will go home. Even police too. Will show that we are suffering.
We're
No,
also.
they won't do that. They won't do that. They won't take a placard and join.
Oh my God!
Oh dear.
But you
But
know,
you're right.
the point he raised. The point he raised about. Oh, okay.
At the back end, there's been a lot of discussions, suggestions, commentaries, but some will not give police some ideas to pick. But yeah, And it's an Ijebu lawyer.
Unless
So
they
you
pay.
can't.
Unless they pay.
You know, but I'm going to steal it because it's for the sake of Nigeria. It's advising the police that there should be some kind of perimeter fencing where this is the route you have chosen. You can't go beyond this part. Let other road users use this section. You use that section, and also let the time be more. Give them your time, whatever the time they say 9 to 6, and you from your operational schedule you cannot sustain. How many hours is that? Like less than 9 hours. You can sustain that. Then give them say 9 to say 2. It's okay. You can make all the noise you want to make and all the protestation you want to make in 6 hours. Fair comment. So that's that. Any further information that the police want, I will give them Boston's contact number and they can send invoice. Sort out.
No, see, government can even because it's our thing. Government can organize transportation. So once it's 2 o'clock, where everybody enter BRT, they go home. It's just like that.
Most likely, half of the people will go because after 2 o'clock, it's tiring and it will help to get a lift up somewhere. Bosun,
So
it's about being organized. It's about being organized.
Okay, let's
the state can provide buses and put banners on it. But strategic points will take you to Ebileki is the new Tiananmen Square that we have in Nigeria. They'll take you there. Once it's 2, where everybody, those going to the same route, will take them back. Tomorrow, come again. So we know that government too is a part of it. People just want to know that government is not against them. And that's all.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a serious psychological analysis you did there.
Sanwo-Olu will accept that suggestion, however nice it is, because of what happened to his bosses last time out.
So if he makes the buses available, they know that they are in it together. Someone try, in fairness to him, you know, he went to join them and he was trying to side with them until they started saying they were playing one song that they talk too much, and he was like, okay, no problem. And he walked away from them because he was trying to show solidarity. So, but you know, they were infantile with the whole thing. At the end of the day, nothing came out of the thing. And the problem was when they said, come, let's talk. They said they don't have leaders. That was where the whole thing broke down. So, and those with motive now hijacked the thing, and that's it. So this time around, they should show leadership on their own part too. Let's come and say, because we're fighting for something. At the end of even World War II and World War I, people came to a round table. So there must be some negotiation. You can't just have an endless protest.
I think,
because it will lose
its speed. I think they have some kind of leadership strand now, because the letter written to the Lagos Police Commissioner, for instance, was signed by one Amama, indicating who is coordinating the Lagos mainland, which is Amama herself, and the Lagos Island, which is one somebody from your area. The name looks like a Badagry name. No, from who they Kosini, something. It looks like sure, you know now from our names we know where we are from. When you hear Bosun or Shifowora, you know where, you have an idea. It's very clear. Oshun, and all this, you know what they are. When you hear Hunde, Tenedo, the devil, you know where they are coming from. It's like your own is a little bit confusing when you hear Oje. Is it Oyo? Is it what was that other place? Oshun? They're a little bit confused, but you can still narrow it.
I'm also going home. My protest has ended. I'm going home. End of protest.
Well, I don't think we have enough time for our next guest. It's almost late. Let me give you this so that we can talk about it as we wrap up. It's from the Saturday Punch, and it leads with the hottest issue we've been dealing with: hardship protest. Organizers dare federal government. Insist on August rallies. Nobody in the world can stop us, says Northern Group. IG claims foreign infiltration. Youths accuse DSS of freezing accounts. Shelve your demonstration. Tantila boss, Tompolo begs organizers. Has reached the point. When Tompolo God is begging, it has reached the boiling point. Now, this angle of foreign infiltration, as alleged by the police IG, is it's a little bit concerning. Are we saying? Are we saying that that foreign sponsors or Nigerians in diaspora? No, one of the worrying thing I came across was some summary. I hope it is not true. Some summary of their demands. You know, the summary of their demands. There's a scrap 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of scrap the Senate and keep the House of Reps. Increase minimum wage for workers. Government should invest in education. Release Nnamdi Kanu from detention. Then make available diaspora voting. And then this looks like a condensed summary. They sack some judges, maybe as a fallout of some unsavory, statements and all that, judgments and all that. I don't know where we can go with all this scrap Senate.
Fudge, are they demands? Are they demands or advisories? You know, I want to know. Are they demands?
It's supposed to be a part of demands.
These demands are the things that they're the reasons for the apprehension. And it has also brought back the nostalgic, some sense of nostalgia from the NSAS thing. The team, what they're going for, what the protesters claim is that the economy is not going well and people are suffering. The demands are at variance with the economic demands that the average person wants. So
I can't say hardship in all of this one.
So there's nothing that speaks to economic hardship.
I thought so.
So that shows some motive. That's why everybody is like, what you guys want to do is like then they tagged it days of rage. So all those things are not adding up for people. That's why, because generally everybody is feeling the brunt of the economy. Now, the average person would have supported this protest if it's all about the economy. But we have taken we're looking elsewhere, looking at funny demands. This same Khan, wasn't he the one who was agitating that they should burn Lagos, do this? And we have all these recordings and all that. Now, so you now want it to be part of, how does releasing Kanu help the price of tomato in the market? It doesn't make sense.
Well, I don't blame the IG when he says it looks like foreigners are involved. Not to say that foreigners are the ones coming, or maybe people from diaspora are the ones.
I don't think it meant same foreigners. Foreign infiltration means it may be Nigerians in foreign land.
I suspect
it may be Nigerians in foreign land, or people.
Some of the funding, maybe some of the funding and organization are people abroad. You know.
Yes.
And like you say, some of those demands or requests, they're a bit lofty for people who are on ground here. I mean, those are not immediate problems, so to say. Okay, look outside now. We have fuel issues. I don't know if anyone's noticed that there are queues all over the place already.
Yes, we have noticed that.
Yeah, and I'm wondering.
It's not panic buying.
That could also be an essence of panic buying in lieu of the protest. But another thing I see is the social media is so expansive, and you see some of the comments they have in what's called spaces. A group of people like we're on StreamYard now. You could have like 100, 200 people talking about your plans for the protest. And I heard a voice insistently. They are going to do this. They will do this. They will shoot this. They will shoot, fire for fire. That's not protest.
That's not protest.
That's not protest. That's insurrection.
That is war. It is war.
That's insurrection.
It's serious insurrection.
If those people are so vehement, so angry, so vicious, and say they will provide arm for arm, fire for fire, money for money. No, you can't. That's not protest. That will cause.
That's anarchy.
That's total. I hope those are fake platforms and they are not real. But if they are real, the police have a lot of work to do. The DSS have a lot of work to do. The intelligence system has a lot of work to do. We need to nip this in the bud before it spirals into something worse than we have ever had.
We definitely cannot afford a repeat of 2020.
We can't. We can't, and there's no guarantee there will be no hijack.
Quick one, sir. Everybody's looking at Kenya as the source of this protest. Meanwhile, Kenya is now in comatose. Nobody is looking at that again. Kenya has scattered. And Kenya is the pivot for this protest. So do we want to go the way of Kenya?
That's the problem with this young generation. You look at, they are using Kenya. Kenya that they have not, this is the first time they are protesting their lives and they are overdoing it. Uganda has
even scattered now.
They are going to be worse, because they haven't done that in their lifetime. We have gone over all these things several times. What have been achieved? We need to sit down and plan this thing, and sometimes we blame this leadership, anyway. If it is hunger strike, hunger protest or hardship protest, let us protest about hardship, complain about tangible things that affect the people. All those extraneous demands you're adding, it's pointless. You can't change constitution by fire. You can't change the democratic structure by fire. Anyway, gentlemen, it's time to take a break. And we'll continue next week. We can't even our guests that they're supposed to have a second part, we have not been able to welcome in. Oh my. Let's try again next week, my brother. Let's try again next week. Mr. T, Bosun, Alex, and Isife, I'm going to say bye-bye on your behalf. We hope you have a wonderful week and you are not caught out or caught in by whatever August 1 brings. And that by His grace, we'll be back here next week, Saturday, to talk about how Nigeria is thriving and not any other story. Have a wonderful weekend, ladies and gentlemen. And I see you at the end of, that will be August, the beginning of August, by His grace. See ya.
Bye-bye.
And bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow.
To read between the lines with this radio. On the show, we, that is the development and amazing co-hosts, will together review specific fictional stories and their various correspondence to real life experiences.
But I'm not put up all these things. Sorry.
Opinion and advice. So many of them are just waiting to hear from you. Sometimes
the guy was
might not be exactly what they say on the surface.
Is it that I forgot to give